get ready to go, that's cool, but you cussing and yelling at me is not cool.
Can you please shut up? Stop talking to me. That's what's driving you crazy.
Because what? Because I'm trying to work on a solution for whatever's going on.
Shit with your damn self.
Yes, I am,
You
God.
give a fuck about me, you everything.
I don't.
And you accuse me for your own goddamn thing.
I use you? Where is this even coming from? How do I use you?
Oh, goodness, bro.
How do I use you, Vaughn?
Every fucking fuck this.
What? How do I use you, Vaughn? How do I use you?
Don't ask me shit, because you ain't really want to know the fucking answer.
Of course I do.
You don't
What do you mean?
fucking talk.
I
You
don't
want to listen. You just want to
In
hear
what,
yourself.
Vaughn, in what way? I'm here asking you questions.
You want to fucking hear yourself.
How do I want to hear myself when I'm asking you questions? I literally
really, you know, the comments that people leave, it's just a waste of their time. They can go ahead and leave it. You know, say what you want to say. Your behavior is very erratic lately. That doesn't bother me. Mother sucker, I am crazy. Matter of fact, you better believe my behavior is going to be erratic all the time, boo. This is why I didn't show my husband my crazy until I got married, okay? I trapped him. I said it. But now he doesn't look at it being trapped. He is happy that I trapped him, okay? Because he benefits. But yeah, it's not lately. It's all the time, mother sucker. Since I've been on social media, my behavior has been consistent. Psycho as a mother. Last night was so terrifying with Vaughn. I don't know if it was something that he ate. I checked his blood sugar. He was not doing well, and his blood sugar was at 108. Like, that's normal, right? Like, he started hallucinating. He, like, was so confused about, like, where he was, what was going on. Like, he was gone. Like, mentally, it wasn't him. And I hurried up and gave him a cayenne shot and valerian, and yeah, nothing happened, but that was so scary.
After all, I've always been like a father. Rather than holding faith in a good conscience, you speak like Hymenaeus.
I don't want to talk about it right now.
You well know that such men were handed over to Satan.
I don't want to make him feel bad, you know? My eyes look super light. Don't they look like, at least this one, I feel like I see some green in there.
I have been a Christian since you were a mere boy.
Or like 1:30, around there. I was like, I need you to do biofeedback ASAP. If you wake up in the morning, just please start. He'll be ready. Like, she started biofeedback, and his adrenals were so low, like, but he didn't have a seizure, thank goodness.
Was he trying to help me or himself?
I also gave him medication. For some reason, I feel like it was the quinoa. Does that sound weird that the quinoa can do something like that?
They've given up their faith and caused themselves a lot of pain.
I don't know, but I was not okay last night. Like, I was having a panic attack. I don't know how to explain it, but let me tell you, it was so scary.
You are talented. Very talented. Be careful how you use, or perhaps I should say, how you allow others to
Like, he was not looking well, and he had said that he did not feel well either. And he was sweating really bad.
Have you ever truly done that?
Like, sweating so hard. He was like, I don't feel well.
Timothy, I'm simply trying to provide for my family. I guess I don't know how to do both.
It was so scary, but all I can say is thank Jehovah he didn't seize. That was so scary. He's doing better because he started biofeedback. But this morning he was very lost. Very, very lost. Very confused. Like, it's scary, you know, because, like, when people have dementia, even if they know where they are, they're not really there mentally. Hi, Rachel. Like, he was not there mentally at all. Like, he was awake, he was alert.
I've never heard this story before.
Sorry. Why did you get so startled? I don't know. Maybe it's because I was talking about Halloween. Is that true? Mommy, it's scaring me. What's going on? Like, am I bipolar now too? Because how can I be so mentally disturbed one day and then the next day, like, I'm actually okay and feeling happy? You know, it makes you start thinking that, okay, something's wrong with you, you're crazy, which, I mean, that is true. I am a little cry, but that's not the point. Like, we eat a lot of plant-based stuff. Let me tell you, the doctors at the hospital that we're now at, which, like, Vaughn's location had to be moved for his safety. We had to move locations. But anyways, the doctors where he's at now, they are so happy that I'm bringing in his own formula feeding. He did not eat that much, and she was like, Miss McCary, he's lost 20 pounds since he's been here. And I'm thinking, like, don't Miss McCary, like, as if that's supposed to scare me or make me feel bad or make me change my mind. But it was just annoying. And so whenever I was talking to the nutritionalist, you know, she wanted to show me, do you see, like, the sides of his head is concaved? So she's trying to show me where he's lost weight. And I'm like, okay. You know, like, all right. Just, okay. You know, just talking like that. Just, all right. Okay. All right. Was that I've shared this with Slay Mafia before, but I'll share it again. But I want this to stay here. But Vaughn didn't have a pulse when the ambulance arrived. Like, I was doing CPR, he didn't have a pulse. They had to give him a medication that restarted his heart. So he literally was actually gone. So every single day that he is alive and he has air in his lungs is a day to rejoice. I was almost a widow, y'all. I was a widow for I don't know how long. No, thank you. Look at him. Oh, yes, Maria, yes. And you can feel it. I know you guys can feel that he's gonna come home. Like, you know, you could feel it. You know it's gonna happen. Look at his hand around my waist. I was only able to touch Vaughn one time. I was only able to touch Vaughn, like, one of his nurses, she allowed me to take off my glove and, like, physically touch him. And it was whenever I was saying goodbye. So I was only able to touch him for just a few seconds, not even a minute. Not even a minute. But tomorrow, possibly, maybe, not 100%, they're going to, oh, you didn't know, Quinn? Oh, yeah. They're going to allow me to not wear a glove, not wear a helmet, not wear any of these things. I'm going to be able to touch him. I'm going to be able to kiss him. I'm going to be able to rub him. I'm going to be able to smell him. I'm going to be able to lick him. Like, I'm going to do all the things. And you better believe I am going to lick him. Or I'm going to put my saliva on his body. I might just lick my hand and put it on him. Like, for real. Like, real talk. I'm not even joking. Like, that's not even... Hey, Bella. Oh. Baby, I'm gonna go now, okay? Did you turn away from me? You don't want to hear it? Sir. Baby, don't turn your face away from me. I gotta go. I gotta go shopping for the lambs. We need to get some key limes, some bananas. I promise I will be here tomorrow. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to get your mouth, baby.
Hi, you guys. So this story is out here. It's kind of big on all social media platforms. I think that people were saying she has the biggest following on Facebook. However, I believe she's taken all of her accounts to private. I was on TikTok and it says that her account is private. She has an old one, however, because she's been on social media a long time, at least 5 years. So her older account is up there. And I feel like her relationship with her husband in the beginning was in a better place. And so you will see him in some of the videos. And then once he was discharged from the military, he decided to just do what she was doing as far as the social media videos, right? And I think her thing was makeup. She was in that makeup sector, creating videos around how to do your makeup tutorials. I guess that's what they're called. And then for whatever creepy reason, she started to create these vlogs of her talking about herbs and stuff. And then she was giving these things to her husband. And to my understanding, one of her older daughters. And she had 2 daughters that do not belong to this husband. They have 1 child together. And she was married to another black man before she married this one and had the 2 daughters. And to my understanding, he was married to somebody else. And then he divorced that person and married her, and they had 2 daughters. I'm very interested in hearing what that ex-husband has to say, if he is still alive, because, child, we don't know. But I'm very interested in hearing what he has to say about all of this. I think that this guy, Bond, was an easy target on people that they view as vulnerable, right? He did not have a connection, a strong foundation, a strong connection with his mother. His mother is on Facebook telling her story. She also tried to use the mother's story against the mother to make people feel like his family, his mother and father and siblings, have no right to see him, right? Because they wasn't there for him and all this stuff. But then you see images of him with his family, because he was raised by his grandmother. The mother got pregnant with her first 2 kids while she was 14, 15 years of age. She explains her story. Then she had her whole bout with addiction, which is a lot, like I said in one of my other videos, that's a story in a lot of black families, right? Whether they were on the side of addiction or they were trying to sell, right, and end up going into the prison system. So this is not an uncommon story in our community, but that doesn't mean that these people's family members don't care about them. But when you can paint people in a certain way and throw that out there, then you get certain individuals on your side, right? And I think that's what she was trying to do with the mother. The mother is saying she keeps moving him from facility to facility, and she's also stating that he is in a coma. I really don't know what's going on, because there's also a story out here, and maybe they put this out here to throw people off by saying that he died in a car accident in June. And so maybe they're trying to make the mother look like she's doing, I don't know. I don't know where that blog comes from, but it's not coming from mainstream media. It's not CBS, ABC, or anything like that, CNN. And I get the feeling the story is going to build, and eventually we are going to see it in mainstream media, because it's highly, highly disturbing. Highly disturbing. I cannot show you guys all those videos. I'm not getting ready to sit here and piece all this stuff together. The videos are out here. There are some YouTubers that are doing a really good job at trying to pull the whole timeline together. I just kind of wanted to comment on it because it's disturbing. It's disturbing. And then, it plays into this whole thing of black men, all these black men on YouTube saying that people should not marry single mothers. But as long as the woman is not black, you don't have an issue with marrying her, right? He's 29. She was about 5 or 6 years older than him. I think she's like 34. He's 29. So I guess, 5 years. And there's a young lady on TikTok saying that she, I guess, know them from the military base, and that she was definitely, setting out to marry a military guy. And the first husband was military as well. The two daughters that she has the two daughters with, he was in the military. Then she married the young guy. Then, the whole thing is just bizarre. But I do feel this way. This is my opinion. And I guess I have to say allegedly because of YouTube. People are wondering why she was going live. She was going live to me because she knew that stuff was going to show up in his system, number one. Number two, she's painting this picture that she was just looking out for her family's health, right? She's saying, oh, I'm giving him this herb and I'm giving him that herb, right? However, we don't know what she was giving him, if we really are honest. Even if she showed you the bag, how do you know what was really in the bag? See, and then he developed seizures, and so that gave her another reason to keep giving him all this stuff, right? And the two drugs that she was naming, I was reading about them. One, not drugs. When I say drugs, it's a habit of saying drugs. I mean herbs. The herbs that she was giving him, one was like a upper and the other was like a downer. And she may have been giving him both together. And I think that they were saying that one of them or both of them are used with cancer patients. However, if they're taken wrong, they can trigger other things and side effects, right? And so it was clear that she was not giving him these things in a proper way, and she was making it clear that she really didn't know what she was doing. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So she was filming all of that because she's going to use that as her evidence that she wasn't doing that to harm him. She didn't really know what she was doing, but she was trying. She was trying to make her family healthy, but the man started having seizures, and that's when it gets bizarre and creepy. Because he started having seizures, and she was still talking to the camera like he wasn't back there having a seizure. Right? The fact that her husband is laying up in the hospital in a coma and she's still going live. She just now stopped going live. And people feel like maybe whoever her legal representation is the one who told her to stop going live. Because she was going to play this thing all the way out. She probably is going to run the funeral on her channel as well. And it's just disturbing to me. The whole thing is disturbing. But, like some people are pointing, this is what black men want. This is what they get when they want it. This is what they get when they pursue it. This is what they get when they don't really look into these people, into the core of these people, right? And stop looking at the surface. Stop looking at the surface, look at the core. Because something when she came off, something don't seem right about her anyway, just based on her personality. Something seems off. Okay, but I do feel, and I'll say it again, that she was going live, putting us in all this personal stuff because she's going to use it as evidence that she was just trying to help her family. Okay, and she recorded them arguing. People were saying that the guy was ready to go. He had money that was getting ready to come to him, even though she was making money on social media, to my understanding. She was doing okay with the makeup. She was doing okay. I don't know if she was here on YouTube or not. I know she was on Facebook, and to my understanding, she was, had a really huge platform over there. So, and people do make money on Facebook as well. So, she has 2 TikTok pages. One is a little older, maybe 2 years older, I guess whenever they started. And then she created a new TikTok page, which is private right now. The older one has videos of her family in happier times, and I think that's why it's still open, because she's trying to push that as the page, right? She wants people to see those videos of them playing around. And I think once he got injured, he started doing the videos with her, and that's when she started doing all the at-home vlogging. Some of them she was still doing her makeup, and then some was centered around her family. Disturbing that you would even go that far to put people in your personal business like that, especially that man having seizures in the background. I mean, it's so many videos. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It teeters on cray. Okay, it's on cray. But let me know what you guys think about all of this. I understand the mother was dealing with a lot. You know, she was very young when she had the child. There is no rule book on parenting. People do the best they can do. They just do. They do the best they can do. He was staying with the grandmother, so he was still within the family. It's not like he was being raised by strangers. And I think somebody was saying that she was trying to tell the story like that, like he wasn't with his family. And this is why she was trying to keep the family away from him. Why would his family even want to come and see him if they didn't know him like that? Do that make sense to you guys? I don't know, but the mother said that they didn't have contact with him all of the years that he was with her. So is she saying that she never even saw the grandchild, right? And so here go yet another black person, or a half black person that y'all gonna be running around wanting to call black, who don't have no black foundation, okay? And this bloodline stuff is what it is, and that's all it is. So it's that part too. It's a whole nother video. It's several videos in this story. Okay, it's several videos in this story, but I'm not even gonna go into it. Let me know if you guys have been hearing about this. I feel like mainstream media probably will pick this up at some point, because this lady needs to be arrested, okay? But she needs to be arrested. And, you know, it's neither here nor there. Obviously, he didn't care for black women. He probably had some self-esteem issues and some self-worth issues, which we keep talking about. And these things are prime examples of that. Like, he didn't even know who he was married to. You know, and then she used this whole thing, and she was trying to keep them healthy to kind of bait him into taking all this stuff. And he just trusted her until he started getting sick. And he probably started dawning on her that she was making him sick. You know, if you went into a relationship healthy, and then you coming out of it in a coma, it kind of lets you know, right? It kind of lets you know something was going on there. And to my understanding, one of the daughters was having seizures as well. Maybe she was having seizures. I think they were saying she was having seizures when she was still in the first marriage. And because she says the first husband didn't believe her, right? Because normally when people have seizures, they will have a condition called epilepsy, right? I'm sure you guys are aware of that. And so when people are just having seizures, it's something that's triggering that. Like, we all understand that, right? We all get that. Like, we've seen celebrities have them after they've been taking drugs, right? So that means that they've taken something that has triggered a seizure, right? And so that's when anybody that's having seizures that don't have epilepsy, it's something that's causing that. But I digress. What do you guys think about this situation? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.